All right, to do the things. Oh, oh. Thought my music was really loud for a second, but maybe that's just for me. Hi, Linky. Also, this is my giant random playlist, so there's going to be a lot of skipping probably. Because I just grabbed something. Oh no, I forgot to do preach. I need to redo my layout. I'm kind of hating it now. Oh, hold on. I was unprepared because I forgot that this is an art stream and my mic cannot be in my face because my tablet is. Okay. Maybe that is more appropriate. I mean, I'm usually pretty airheaded. I feel like it's appropriate. Hold on. I haven't done an art stream in so long. I'm like, hold up, I forgot what my layout is supposed to be like. All right, I think I got. So this is going to be a VTuber model for somebody. Oh, I should probably post on. I didn't do any of the things I was supposed to. It's too early in the fucking morning. Okay, hold on. It has. Hello, Chris. Hold on. I'm gonna turn my music down. If my music is too loud for you guys, let me know, because it was just a little loud for me. I might turn it down just a smidge, actually. There we go. Aaron! All right, I have to make a post real quick because I was spacing out and did not do that like I was supposed to. I'm not even gonna lie, I have been awake for half an hour. I woke up, got coffee, fed the dogs, turned on computer. I've had, this is like my second sip of coffee. God. Is this what I wanted? It is now. It's fine. Oh my God. I'm gonna head out because I did not get a lot of sleep and may fall asleep if I stay. Fair. I mean, you could just sleep to the stream. That's the thing too. What's this person's name? Hi. Okay. That's okay. How easy you to sleepy time. Are you saying I'm boring? Hello? I mean, you're probably not wrong, but how dare you say that to my face? Thank you. Birthday was okay. Very quiet. Let's see. Yes. Oh my God. I did not do the thing I was supposed to. Fuck. Hold on, I'm struggling right now. That is until someone does something funny and she jars you awake with laughter. You're not wrong. Just the outbursts. I can't multitask in the morning. Okay. What was I? Okay, that can go bye-bye. I'm just procrastinating because I don't want to work on the layers. VTuber model layers are scary. Okay. Okay, what is this? Halo front. Jewelry. Bangs. Ponytails. Dress. Oh no. Shoes. I woke up in a state of existential panic. We suffered the. I mean, that's just my life. Okay, as a fellow ADHD haver, did you ever hate going to your day job? Oh no, yeah, no, it's a being employed is a double-edged sword because having a paycheck is fantastic, but going to work and doing the job is hell. You know, like, but I mean, I guess that's like anything that if you don't have a passion for something, it's going to be work. It's going to be a job. You're going to hate your life and you're going to have stress. And some of us are going to have a little more than others because our brains just don't function that way, you know? So yes, I hated going to I hated it. I hated it, but I missed the paycheck. And not having a paycheck is its own set of stress. I don't, at this point, I don't know if it's any worse or any less than the job itself. But yeah, I would say there's pros and cons to each, you know, when you have a day job. It's typically it's stable. You have a paycheck that you can count on and you can budget and you can do all that stuff. When you're unemployed, especially if you are a creative, like scrounging for the monies, the stress of all that can kind of replace the stress of the job, if that makes sense. I think you need more coffee considering that you're streaming unusually. I have been streaming in the mornings off and on. It's too hot here to stream during the day anymore. It got up. It was like 104 in the sun, and which means it was like 90 in just outside, and then in my room it was 87 degrees. I cannot stream in an 87-degree room because it will just be hotter. I don't have air conditioning, so morning streams from now on it is, if I can manage to get up in time. So yeah, my boss fortunately accommodated for a shorter schedule as a middle ground, but I'm like, I'm just no, I get it. I totally get it. Like, I will budget to the wire and take less hours just to make myself comfortable. However, if I love the job, it's the opposite. I will work myself to death. Like I am a workaholic if I love the job and I love what I'm doing. Humans are weird in that we go into work every day. We want to not work because of the stress and drama, but then we lose or quit the job. We enter a bout of depression because our minds are no longer kept busy, and we lose that sense of accomplishment that comes with exactly like that's the thing. I hate that argument that people are like, oh, people just want to be lazy and blah 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 and stay home, and I no, like it sucks. Like if you don't have hobby or a passion or a drive to do something, you will be depressed because you need, yeah, like you said, you need that accomplishment because you need to feel like you're doing something. You need that dopamine, those feel good like hormones, right? And that's people, that's everybody, even people that think that they don't want that, they do. They just want it in a different way. They just don't want to freaking be a stalker at Walmart. They want to create things. They want to like be an athlete or do art or anything like that. Thank you for the input. I appreciate it. I know that my brain is wired like this, so I can only accommodate for it, but no, I'm the same way. I'm like, if I am working too much at a job that I don't like or don't feel, oh, here's a big one. If you are in a job that you don't feel appreciated in, or that you don't feel like you are doing a good job, or it's not even that you're not doing a good job. If you are in a job where you are forced to put out subpar work, that can also affect you. Who nobody wants to put out shit work. we, Most people don't care because it's just we have been trained to have quality over quantity, but most people want to put out good work. They want to feel good about their job. If they have to do it, I want it to be good. I want it to be quality. I want people to be able to appreciate it. But we live in a capitalist society that values output over the quality of that output. Like it values quantity of output rather than quality. And I think that's another problem in the workforce right now is that everything is so go 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 all the time. You don't have that moment to sit back and appreciate the work that you're putting out before you're on to the next thing and you're having to go 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 again. So it's really hard to slow down and take into account like that job well done. People like to take pride in what they do, gives them a sense of fulfillment. Exactly. Yeah, like being unemployed, like I am trying to take the content creation seriously as a job, not only just because I like it's multifold. One, I don't want to be reliant on a system that can unemploy me at any time. I our freaking work system is so awful, and it's gotten to the point where like even if you were a really really good worker, just circumstances can leave you unemployed for any reason at any moment. So I want to be able to get to a point. Oh, I guess I can turn that timer off. Oops. I want to get to a point where I am no longer forced to abide by somebody else's rules. Oh, actually, you know what? I forgot to do one thing. Give me 1 second while I minimize this. You know what I forgot to do? We forgot to put up the fishing. I feel bad. Anyway, yeah, I don't want to be reliant on a system that exploits me and then tosses me aside whenever they want. So I'm trying to get away from that. Why is this so tiny? Hello? I'm not doing very good with these talking points. Hello? Can I resize this? Nope, guess not. It feels like my day job is getting in the way of what I want to do. Yes, leave my chinois alone, okay? I love them. um, but also I want to be able to do something that I love to do every day and that I'm proud of, and I want to be here entertaining people and making people laugh and joking and just, I want to be creating things. And it would be nice if I could make that my job, because then I'm in control of what I'm doing. I'm in control of when I'm working. I'm in control of the quality of the content that is out there. And I can decide if I want it to be not subpar, but like I can decide when it goes out. And so yeah, there's so many reasons that I would rather be doing this. The unfortunate thing is, and that's kind of one of the things that sucks, is that sometimes if you are already devoting 100% of your energy to a day job, but you want to be a content creator, you're not always going to have the energy to come home and then do another part-time job on top of the job that you're already doing. And I think our current society has forgotten that people need enrichment. People need to be able to doing things. I heard you. Xavier, I know that being your own boss is hard work, but I feel like working a day job is worse. There, like being unemployed. There's pros and cons to both of them. The some of us don't know how to take a break sometimes, or it's I am a workaholic. So when I start working and really working on the things that I want to do, unfortunately, I've done this with like day jobs too that I've really loved and wanted to give it my 100%. I will unfortunately work, and I feel guilty when I take a break, which is unhealthy, very unhealthy. But I have been working on it. I was in therapy for many years to be able to also kind of get away from that. But sorry, I'm trying to make the fishing game a little bigger, and maybe down here. Okay. It's about food finding what works for you exactly. The type of person that if I don't like my job, I will tell anyone that will listen. I even told my boss at my last job that I don't like what the owner wanted me to do. She looked at me. She looked at me. I hate my job too. And then 2018, my position was no longer needed, and I was let go. I cried because I love that job, and I was like, "That's." I'm gonna tell you right now. Complaining at your work that you hate your job is a big no. Do not tell people at your job that you hate your job, because they then when they have to do layoffs or they have to let people go, you were the first on the chopping block, because they're like, this person hates their job anyway, we'll just let them go. So yeah, that's my a little bit of advice. Do not tell people at your job that you can tell everybody outside of your job that you hate your job, but don't tell people that you work with that you hate your job. Or don't talk to people, or don't talk about other people at your job either. Like if you don't like the work that somebody is doing, talk to people outside of your work. Don't talk to your coworkers about it, cuz office gossip gets around. And when people find out that you are talking about other people, that looks really bad on you. It makes people think that you are possibly like a gossiper, or that you like to talk shit about people, or stuff like that. Don't talk about coworkers to your other coworkers. They will tell that coworker. So, and then especially if it's your boss, if you go around shit talking your boss, that's that's pretty much guaranteed that at some point you will not have a job anymore. That's how I am when I work a normal job. KO, I get in trouble for not taking lunch, but I don't take lunch because I was terrified that I'd get behind and let people down. I did that at my last job when I worked at the paper. I actually had a thing with my supervisor. So here's the thing. Do remember that you need to cover yourself at all times when you have a job. Um, I did not take lunches, but I also had it in writing to my boss that I did not want to take lunches because I preferred to leave a half hour early. Or no. I wanted to sleep in a half hour more, so I got to work a half hour later and did not take a lunch. Actually, I think my lunch was supposed to be an hour, so I technically got to work an hour later and left the same time, but I didn't take a lunch because I was like, I would just rather sleep in for an hour than take a lunch. So that's the story of how I don't take lunches. Because I would just rather sleep. I will say, like, being your quote unquote own boss and doing your own, like, having your own quote unquote business is really hard. Like, you have to be very self-driven in order to do the things that you need to do in order to make um in order to make work successful. And not everybody can do that. That is definitely something that I guess it's not necessarily difficult. It's challenging. Well, okay, I guess it's not hard. It's a very simple thing to be like, I'm my own boss, I can go do my own thing. However, it is very difficult to self-discipline yourself to that in that way to meet those ends. Or yeah, like to get to that point where you can be your own boss and do your own thing. Oops. It's difficult because there are more parts in it than just having a job. Exactly. And you are in charge of all of it. And that's another thing is I don't think people have enough appreciation for the fact that since it is your job, so there is this thing, you are the company. When something fucks up, it is you. It is solely on you and your shoulders. And I see so much drama in the creative sphere. Twitter, TikTok, like, just, you are your own boss. Anything that happens, even if it's not directly your fault, it reflects on you and it's your business. You have to take accountability, you know? And then after I filled out applications like a madman until COVID happened, but even filing, yeah. And the job market at this point is awful. That's why it's like, if you have a job, do whatever you can to keep it until you are able to financially sustain yourself. I didn't really have that option either way. I'm not going to go into it, but if I could, if it had been feasible, I would have just kept working until I could do my content thing, but it didn't really work out that way for various reasons. But that's why they always say if you're going to quit your job, always have another job lined up before you quit your job, especially in this job market, because this job market is atrocious. It is so hard. Basically, filling out applications and applying for jobs is a full-time fucking job right now. But I think that mainly is because more companies are trying to do more work with less people. And so they put out the quote unquote hiring listings to make it look like they are expanding when they're really not. And half of the listings that you will see on a job market don't are ghost listings. They don't actually lead to anything other than a waste of your time. Also, sorry for not doing anything on the model yet. I'm literally just trying to do the layers. I'm like I have a notepad in front of me of all of the layers that I have to set up. I can't even do all of the art today because it is a it's gonna have a like a Barbie doll base, and I don't know if Twitch is fine with that. I might have to like block it out or something. My goal is to do a part-time job and do my stuff on the side. That sort of thing I think works out more people. Oh, it works out for more people than the life-consuming grind that is a full day. It does, yeah. Plenty of crappy dead-end grunt jobs. And the thing is, a lot of people don't people that are happy with those grunt jobs, like that's totally fine. Like if that's your jam, that's great. I think people that are creative, I think that once they get into that grind, it's detrimental to us, you know. Like I have stuff I want to do. I have worlds to create. I want to be a full-time VTuber model artist. I want to write books. I want to create stuff. Working part-time as well and doing things on the side. Yeah, exactly. That's one of the downsides to like having a job and also working that job is that it's exhausting. And a lot of the time, even a part-time job is exhausting. And like on the days that you're not working, you want to go do other things, you know? Because like, and that's the thing is like when you were working as a creative, you still have to plan time for you still have to plan time for downtime. Like if you want to go, well, life stuff, if you need to do chores or if you have to go grocery shopping, if you have to do like those life things. But then also you want to have downtime to decompress. You want to like binge watch a bunch of TV shows, or you want to like go take a mini vacation somewhere, go on a road trip, go visit someplace, go see family friends, stuff like that. So like our whole industry, I don't know about other countries because I don't live in them, but I assume most Western countries are garbage for taking care of their people work wise, you know. I wish that we could go to like a 4-day work week. That would have like any job that gave me the option for 4-day work weeks, fantastic. Totally took that up. No, I remember. I'm not gonna lie, working at the paper was really hard after they got bought out. When I first started working at the paper back when I lived in Wenatchee, it was so, I loved it. I would have stayed there in that way for like the rest of my life and could have been okay with it. Um, I had time to do I had time to do my work and do it well, and it was something I was proud of. And it was just such a good job. I also had benefits. I had a 401k and like health insurance, like good health insurance. And it got bought out by a corporation, and it just went downhill. It just went to shit. My supervisor retired, and then they made me do all of her stuff without actually giving me a raise or um a promotion or anything. I just had extra work. That was it. It was awful. Something that can help with it is doing your regular self-check-in, evaluate how you feel, look at your level of self-care, write out goals and progress. I mean, actually, people should be doing the writing out goals and progress as you're doing your stuff anyway. Um, Especially if you're a content creator and you're doing stuff online. I actually just yesterday did my metrics for the first time since like, God, what was it? April? Just I had actually no, March, I think. February or March. I had a lot of there was some things going on that I was not able to keep up with everything. So finally did my metrics, and I actually, why even while I hadn't really been doing anything, I had slowly um been gaining like going up in my metrics. So that actually made me really happy, and I have a boost of inspiration. Well, even when I got let go, the site manager looked at me and said, I don't want to let you go, but I have no choice. Then years later, we connected through Facebook, and I asked about it because I was curious. And she told me she was told by the general manager to fire me. And if he had to do it, he would turn back around and fire her for not firing me. No, that's why you don't talk about your work stuff at work. Because what happened is you probably said some stuff, and when you shit talk the company, they don't like that. They think that you are the weakest link, and they will let you go no matter what. Even if your immediate manager loves the shit out of you, they don't have the say on who gets to stay and who gets to go. There's always someone above your manager, and they are the ones that call the shots. And that's why you just keep your head down, do your job, don't talk shit, and generally you'll have a good time. If you're doing decent work, it'll be fine. Hi, Jeannie! It's a very helpful practice just for life in general. Yeah, I have, so I do bullet journaling. I have like a cross between bullet journaling and junk journaling. I don't know if anybody knows what those are. Basically I make my own planner, and then I decorate it with just shit. It's a chaotic mess of paper and items and things. Um, it looks pretty. I like it. But so basically that is like and I've been doing that for years and years and years, and I always lapse because I'm not really good at being consistent. I love junk journaling so much. Well, and then I have like junk journaling that is just junk journaling, where it's like just the yeah, it's like just the junk journaling, putting stuff in pages and whatever, making pretty pieces of paper. But then I also have um I have my bullet journal, and that is where I do all of my planning. I haven't done it in a while, but I need to go through and do like my long-term and short-term plans. I need to do a list of like things that I want to save for, strive for, all that kind of stuff, like my goals and whatnot. Oh, actually, so one thing I have thought about doing, I can't leave for long extended periods of time because I have two dogs who are very territorial. They've never bitten anybody. They never hurt anybody. Like somebody comes to the door and like they'll bark and be really, really loud, and they'll like kind of body check people. Like Sylvana will like throw herself into people. She'll kind of nip at fingers a little bit, but she's not super aggressive in that, which is a kind of unfortunate because I'm afraid of people breaking in and taking shit, but I don't think she's gonna do anything if somebody comes in and takes my shit. Although I can't be sure. They might. I don't know. That's the problem. But I have a very reactive dog and I need a dog fence and a doggy door. Because I don't want to take the that what if and have somebody come over when I'm not here trying to feed her or something, and then like they get bit or something. That would suck. That'd be on me. Hello, Tanya. How are you doing? Good afternoon. Oops. I have to redo this because I did the... Oh no. Okay. A bit eepy, despite just waking up from a nap, which is ruining my plans. Oh no. Don't you hate that when like you take a nap and then you're just like, that nap, it did nothing. What was the point of that nap? I hate it when my naps don't nap correctly. The animals are good. The nap was comfy. That's good. At least it was a comfy nap. At least it was a comfy nap. Okay. This was like the initial design sketch and I'm already changing it. Man, I just woke up and I'm freaking ready for a nap. I don't want this song. This is putting me to sleep, actually. We'll see. Is that what I want? I don't know if that's... Oh, no. I want this one. Chill music to chill music. That was such a... such a jump, you know? All right. Excuse me. Oh my god, I forgot how many. Okay, oops. So we've got left eye, right eye, mouth, nose, head, mane, and then ears. I don't know if she's gonna need ears because of her hair, but we're doing it anyway. Okay, torso 6. Oh no, stop. Torso, bust, neck. upper torso, lower torso, hips. I don't actually know if I need to left arm. I feel like I do more folders than necessary. Man, I need to go talk to like more riggers about how they want their layers layered. I feel like I don't know. I feel like I put too many folders in this. Left leg. Right leg. Head, torso, arms, low. Okay. Do I actually need anything for this? Yellow front, jewelry, bang. Oh, hair. Sash. Gloves. Shoes. Dress, sash. Okay, I think I got it. Okay. Okay, I think I got it. What's weird is that I have seen several TikTok shorts where a dog and a cat can corner a mouse and just stare at it. Meanwhile, the owner is freaking out, wanting it dead, and pets are like, look, another. No, like, it's. So cats and dogs have what's called a prey drive. And that is typically triggered when something runs. So if a mouse is just sitting there chilling, the cat's more than likely not going to do anything until it moves. And that's because they like the chase. If it's just sitting in the corner, like trying to fight off the cat or dog, like they'll just let it sit there because they basically just want to play with it. They want to play with their food. Actually, my cats and dogs don't even kill the mice. They just play with them. They play with them sometimes to death, but they don't typically go for the kill, if that makes sense. They definitely don't want to make friends with it. That's not. They're like, this is not friends. Exactly. I mean, I guess for some people it's pretty much the same, you know. There are some people that are like, "Oh yeah, we're friends," and proceed to just toy with you. Okay. All right. I need to get used to using this freaking. That one? No. Okay. No. How big to this be? Solution. Ooh, I should have asked. Well, no, I guess it's fine. I guess it's fine. Sylvana will actually catch it. She will. She has inadvertently killed more mice, I think, than the cats. But it's because she wants to play with it. She kind of treats it like a almost like a baby. Like she wants to just have them there in her bed, but she doesn't want to hurt them. But she is a big dog and she doesn't know her own strength, and so when it goes to run and she catches it with her mouth, she has accidentally chomped it far more times than I can count. And I feel so bad because you can tell that she's not trying to hurt it, but it's just a reaction that when she catches it, and then it's just so small and tiny that she accidentally hurts it. I feel so bad. She always looks so sad that she does too. My dog is just having trauma. No, stop! Oh my god, I almost closed the freaking canvas lie. Okay. Poor pupper can't make friends because she accidentally chomped them. I saved! Wait, did I just save? I don't remember. Yeah, that was what I was trying to do. We had a cat that every time he would kill something, he would walk it over to either of us and look. Oh, yeah, he was giving you food because he thinks you're a bad hunter, and he's trying to take care of you. Where's my references? I wonder if I'd be able to put there's a way for people to do like a glittery thing, but I don't know how to do that. Or to make it so that it's like it glitters, the dress glitters when the model moves. Anyway, uh, no, I forgot to do a symmetry. Oh my god. Okay. 4,000, so about two. I don't know why I do this to myself. I always do when I'm doing like the initial model sketch. I don't actually do it so that it could be symmetrical. I just do whatever. And then I regret it later. Like, why do I do this to myself? That's like too big. Oops, that's not even the right layer. Great. Why do I do this to myself? Gosh, okay, okay. I'm on the right layer now. But then this isn't. Thank you. Guys, I don't know why I'm an artist. I struggle so much. It will, yes. I had a raffle going on my Twitter for the month of June for a free VTuber model because I need more than just my own for people to use, you know. And I'm not working on the octopus model as fast as I could because it's going to be so part intensive. So I was like, I'll just do a giveaway. And I'm glad I did because I really like this design. It's so pretty. That's precisely why you're an artist. Watchers, hello. We are live this early. We've been here for about an hour. I am going to be streaming in the morning from now on because it's just too freaking hot during the day. So, I reeled in a bike. Dang, I must be strong and using good line. Yeah, I would have streamed earlier, but I woke up and I thought I had spiders crawling on me last night. It was just it's become this thing where since I have a futon on the floor and there are so many spiders in this fucking house right now because we have an ant problem and the spiders are coming in to get the ants. And so there's just creepy crawlies everywhere, and so I think I'm being infested at night even when it's just my own hair moving. It's killing me. Found an ant on me earlier. Yeah. Oh, we have both. And then we have earwigs in the fall. It's fun. Hold on, I want to change the music. Does anybody else remember when Spotify used to have like a mini player? I don't know why they did away with that. That shit was like super handy. Don't remind me of those. Yeah, we are. Oh yeah, spiders eat any other insect. Spiders are opportunists. I get this. I think I got that. Put this over here. Sorry, I'm gonna redo my little setup on my monitor for a second because I have more stuff now. This one. Oops. Earwigs are the little bugs with like pinchers on the back of them. I don't know how to explain them. There's a helicopter haunting your area. That's a good way to put that, actually. I hope it's not to report on ice raids. Probably. Earwigs are super creepy. I hate them. Well, not long ago, climb between my toes and start. Oh, yeah, and it's like, oh, gross. I hate that. It's not like their bites are like super, super pain. They're just this tiny little stinging thing. Ugh, I hate it. Why would you do this to me? Now I'm thinking about it. Thanks, Preach. I hate it. Oh, her neck is way too long. Right there? Yeah. Battles ants. It was the one ant. No, but I'm battling ants and they're all over here. I don't know why they're called earwigs. They like I know that there are like urban legends about people just having them crawl into their ears, but I don't think it's any different than like spiders. Like it's not anymore or anything. Getting into a game since forever because my favorite main got a kit update. Is it Genshin? Is that the game? Yeah, there's an urban legend about earwigs laying eggs in your ear. I've had the earwigs fall into people's ears. Like my dad had an earwig in his ear, but he was up in doing stuff like in a tree or something, and it fell into his ear. That just happened to happen. I quit Genshin at least a year ago. No, oh no. I mean, probably for the best, I'll be honest. I haven't played Genshin for a really long time, but that's mostly just because I just don't want to grind. I really just want to do the story, and they're not updating the story as fast as I want. So I'm not playing until there's much more substantial story. It's a niche game called Fighting on Roblox. Yes, this Roblox has a history, but this one's okay. I'm pretty sure the oh, watchers. Hopefully. Oh, I've never heard that part. I just heard the part where they like lay eggs in your ears. Oh, horseflies are awful. We have a ton of them here because, I mean, livestock and shit, but horsefly bites are awful because they just itch like crazy. I may annoy everyone in Discord by posting mental health exercises in the support channel. I mean, if it's in the appropriate channel, I don't care. Doing what you're supposed to do. Need to get back on my stuff and bugging everyone else. By all means, you go for it. I do not mind. Time to wait like 5 minutes for this thing to load. It's okay, Washer. Someday you will have a job and you will be able to afford the biggest, broodiest computer to ever compute. Oh no! Oh, wait, no, there's a cooldown. You can only, Chris, there's a cooldown on the fish. You can only do it every 3 minutes. It froze! Oh no! Did it freeze, or is it just still loading? Oops, that's not good. That's not what I want. As I was like, I mean, if you just give it a few minutes, it might do the thing that it's supposed to do. Oops. It is very, very complex. Yes, you are correct. It has many, many, many working parts. I wonder if I can duplicate the navigator. When you wanted to TP, you had to point your mouse in the direction, but it's hard to gauge where you're pointing. You also have to sit still for a good 3 seconds to cover a distance you could have done by walking. Improve of the slide replacement. Yes, yes. Nope, I have a pressure sensitive brush. Well, some of them I am changing the size, like the ones up here. It was a bigger brush. I have 10 million brushes that I go through, and this is one of my favorites at the moment. This is a brush that I found in a Humble Bundle, and it's like a pencil type, but it builds really nicely. It's almost like a pencil textured airbrush, and I really like it. Book Nook! Time to lock into gaming. I'll be lurking now. Okay. Thank you for the lurk washers. I hope you have a fun time with your game. So, like, whenever I'm sketching or doing, this isn't even the line art. This is still just the sketch. I like to build. And then also I erase, build some more, erase some more, and then get like a line like that to some extent. And then once I'm happy with how it looks and how it's cleaned up, then I'll go through and go with I actually just, when I'm inking things, the G pen is the default for clip, and that's the one that I use for inking, because it's smooth, it's decent, like it gets the job done. So hello Sleepy, nice to meet you. Also, I'm sleepy too. Yeah, right now I'm just mostly trying to get like the lines so I can ink them. So what exactly are you doing? I see what reminds me of one of those plaster. I'm just doing the line art for the face. I struggle with changing line weight during a stroke. So like here's on the G pen, if you start really light and then you go darker and then you go really light. That was a slow one. This is like, that's a little faster. And it's also just like, if you're using really light strokes for like line art, you can vary them. My pressure sensitivity on my thing, I think, is a little lighter now. I used to be really, really heavy handed with my tablet, because especially if you are, yeah. Okay, here's the thing. I had the same problem. I used to color with Crayola color pencils as a teenager. Because we didn't have digital when I was a kid. So it was all Crayola color pencils. To get the line like that glossy kind of look to the color pencils, you had to press. You had to press very hard. I had a callus on my middle finger that was enormous. Like, it looked like I had a weird growth on my finger. I still have remnants of it. And once you have done that, you had to work hard, yes. And once you do that for so many years, you are really heavy-handed in a lot of the things that you do, like when you're drawing. Yeah, no. Here's the thing. My very first tablet, I wore a hole in the center of it because I hadn't learned to not press hard at that point. It was, I still, first tablet, had never had one before, treated it like my colored pencils. I had to replace it within like a year or two. Our head would punch at a boxer. Yeah. And then you try Prismacolors and they break just by looking at them too hard. Prismacolors were great to go over the Crayolas though. But yeah, so basically what I had to do at some point was I had to start doing exercises to put myself out of the habit of like writing too hard. So just I think there might be some online. I can't remember exactly what I did, but like when you have a tablet, you can actually vary the line thickness. So you can see that was just one stroke. This is one stroke. Kind of. My pen is not leaving the paper. It's just that it's, I'm putting a little too less. Oops. So yeah, just doing exercises will help a lot. And then lowering or, putting up the sensitivity on your stylus so that it picks up a lot of stuff, you know, like so that you don't have to press so hard when you're like this is full strength, which is probably just like normal writing. So that's was it kung fu but stopping before you punch of heavyweight champions, or before you punch heavyweight champions and end their bloodline. Yes. I hear a cat outside my door. Oops. Pressed the wrong button. Damn it. Number coloring, I was always heard keep in the lines, but no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't color in the lines, and I still can't. It's not for everybody. It's also practice. That kind of thing you have to practice and practice and practice, you know. It's not like you're going to do it once, and if you can't do it, give up, you know. So even when I spell words correctly, it will just change my words. I'm like freaked out by it. I think what is happening is it's not just so my phone has the swipe thing, and for some reason the swipe is overriding my words, and I think that's just making me mad. Faber-Castell stuff is pricey, so I couldn't pass on that deal. Oh wait, have you ever tried Faber-Castell Gold Faber's pencils? I snaked 12-piece set a while back and clearance for like $10. I have never, so when I was younger, I didn't know how to use Faber-Castell because they were, you know, like the higher end type, and I hated them because I didn't know how to use them. So I haven't used Faber-Castell like ever. Or at least like since I was like a teen, so. I usually do have some Faber-Castell stuff though, so that's like the do with that what you will. I don't know if I like these eyes. Man, I want to play Horizon Zero Dawn now. The soundtrack is like so good. I don't know if she actually needed that many lashes, but she does has them now. I don't like that. I've done them already. I've done them in the past. I'm just not good at them. I really so someday when I have enough money again, I want to get Sketchbox, and I had a thing that I was going to do, but I was never able to get around to it because it's like kind of time intensive. I want to start like when I get my Sketchbox, I want to do an on-stream opening and then do a picture with the stuff that's inside the Sketchbox right then and there. I did one of them. I drew like Zhao or something like that from Genshin. But I could only do the one because it's expensive, even though I love all of the stuff. I love Sketchbox so much. Oops. Yeah, Sketchbox is let's see, there's Sketchbox and I think there's also Snackbox, if I remember. Snackbox just is basically Sketchbox, but it has like little candies inside. I really liked it. I think it was called Snackbox or something like that. Um, but yeah, Sketchbox has really nice art supplies inside of it. I have so much art shit from it, and I love it. Like I have gotten like marker quality permanent markers, like Sharpie permanent markers, tons of watercolor pads, watercolor sets, India ink, like just tons and tons of stuff. My two favorite subscriptions that I like to have when I have money is one is Sketchbox and the other is Ipsy, and I like to get the full-sized boxes for each. It's so expensive though, but it's my little splurge when I can. You need sketchy stuff. I have way more than I will ever use. You can get a breach box. No, I have more than I will ever use, and I'm an art hoarder, so I'm gonna keep it. Because I also like just buy stuff. Like I have tons of acrylic paints. Dude, I'm gonna take a picture after stream. I'm gonna take a picture of my new craft room. The supply hoarding. Yeah, no, I am made of 50% makeup and fashion stuff and 50% art supplies. Like that's actually that's not quite true. It's like 40% of each of those and like 20% of electronics. Took forever, but I found predictive typing and turned it off. I think that'll help. I don't see the suggestions at the top like it used to, but we'll see how it changing my words as I type goes. Autocorrect is doing nothing. I'll try the predictive typing. We'll see if it helps. I don't think it's the predictive typing for me. Actually, I do use predictive typing sometimes. Or like the predictive text at the top. Maybe their predictive typing will get better in like 10 years, but also like, do we really need predictive typing when half of the population can't even spell the word have? Like maybe what we need is less predictive typing. Can bask in each other's shame. Actually, having peeps posting their art hoards could be fun. I do enjoy seeing people's art hoards. I have no shame in it. Like, if you don't like my art hoard, you can get the fuck out. Appreciate my shit or else. Oops. Okay, clearly that's not the place for that. No, stop! Fucking merged all layers! Did not mean to do that. No, that's not what I wanted. I hear my cat crying at me outside the door. This is why you should have come in when I wanted you to, sir. Feel a bit guilty because I have so much that I probably won't use, and I know if I have the cash and go to the art supply store or see a deal at Walmart, it's going in the cart. I kind of do that with I love pens. I'll do it with pens, art canvases if there's a deal, and sketchbooks. Also, let me BRB. I need to go let the cat in. More coffee. And called my cat, and he came running all the way from the other side of the house. Turd. He's so nosy. Done the email. What do you mean, done the email? Please. So here's the thing. I lived in the boonies most of my life. I never rented movies. Like we didn't live close enough to a place to rent movies. That was not a thing that I got to experience as a child. And by the time I like went off to college and stuff, we had like DVDs and shit. We got to buy our own VHSs, so like I had to be kind and rewind my own shit, but that wasn't, you know. Never heard Please Be Kind and Rewind before. I mean, you're probably too young to have which part, Aaron? Which part? Yeah, so if you were born after a certain time, like you're not likely to remember the Please Be Kind and Rewind. Unless you had some of the late the this I was wondering about that. I was like this song is oh, so good. I love this song so much. Um my first here's the funny thing. My very first K-pop song was the Girls' Generation song I've Got a Boy. I remember when you could rent a movie or game for like I remember when Netflix used to have games to rent and also had the DVDs. I'm dating myself a little bit, but oh, I mean, I guess it does. I'm the big fucking 4-0 now. Like, wait, do I get to take no shits at all this time now? Like, is this the age where I get to stop absolutely giving a shit? I did an album redraw of it. Ooh, I like that. That's kind of cool. That's an interesting idea, actually. Album redraws. I lived in the boonies until I was 20. Or was I 19? I think I moved out when I was 20. Yeah. So I turned 20 in the summer, and then that October I went off to college and moved to Arizona, and then I stayed out of the boonies for, let's see, 16 years, I think. Yeah, because I think I moved here when I was like 36, 37, something like that. Oh, I need to see. Oh my god, I love that a lot, actually. That is so pretty. That is fucking legit. Hold on. Can I share this on stream? Aaron, can I show this on the stream? Aaron says, fuck you, no. Oh, actually, I guess I should. Hold on. Okay. Oh, I mean, I guess that's fine. So Aaron did a redraw of the song album. I think it was the EP. Was it the album? The mini album. Um, of the song we just listened to. See if I can. Oh no! Hold on. There's that one. So that's the album. Why? Clip. Clip, please. Hold on. The fuck are you doing? Oh my god, it's like it's unsupported. No, it's fucking not. Oh no, you're good, you're good. What the fuck do you mean? I hate clips sometimes. Can I? Hold on. Can I just throw this on? Does that work? Hey, look at that. I'm assuming that you can see it because I can't. It's on my OBS. That's the Aaron picture. It's a very pretty picture. It's like it just fucking smack dab in the middle of my screen. I really like the lines and the coloring. I don't know how to do, what is it, like the backlighting shit, or not backlighting, bounce lighting. Holy shit. Netflix took Blockbuster out of business hard. I believe that little DVD. It didn't. It was just its time. Blockbuster took Blockbuster out because Blockbuster couldn't compete with Blockbuster didn't get with the fucking times, and so Blockbuster took out Blockbuster. The fact that Netflix, like, yes, Netflix contributed in the way that they had better stuff and more accessible stuff and like all of that stuff, but That's the thing about business. People are always like, oh, this took out this business, blah, blah, blah. No, that business took itself out because you either adapt or you go away. That's just how it is. That's how businesses work. You adapt to the customer needs or you just sink. That's literally all there is to it. It's not hard, you know. Or it's not a hard concept, sorry. Like you can't stay doing the same thing for forever. You have to have innovation of some sort because otherwise we live in a capitalist society and somebody is going to come along and they're going to do something better than you, and then you're going to be like, oh man, now what do I do? Well, you get better or you fucking go under. That's your choices. That's why I hate it when people are like, oh, this took this out. I mean, technically, because it's a competitor. If you suck and your competitor is doing something better, did they really take you out or did you just fail to be a better business? You know? Well, I mean, it took itself out in the sense that it didn't diversify what it did well enough. And it didn't get with the times, basically. Any business that is going out or going under is doing something wrong. Because if you don't have customers coming to your business, then clearly you are not a good business, you know? Netflix just did Blockbuster stuff better than Blockbuster. That's as simple as it is, you know? Blockbuster's failure to get more people was its downfall. That's why investors aren't always a great thing because investors don't have the best interests of the company and the consumers in mind. All they care about is the money. Without failing to realize that like hello, your investor or your customers and your products are going to get you more money, but they don't. People in those positions are typically so short-sighted that they just fail. I guess that kind of ties back into the conversation we had at the beginning of the stream where you are your own business. If you find that you're failing in your business or um if you're failing to grow or you're just failing to make money with what you're doing, chances are you are either one, you are not appealing to your customer base. So you need to figure out what it is that you're not doing in order to like make yourself appealing to people. Or you're not getting yourself out there. So like you're not advertising, or you're not like getting your name out there, or you're not getting the view, like people's eyes on your product or you or whatever it is you're doing. Or three, you have a shitty business model and a shitty product, and you refuse to basically get better. Skill issue. Because at the end of the day, if you are doing something in a service industry, like, so for example, you could do there's two different types of art stuff you could do. You could do personal stuff and sell your personal stuff, or you can do commercial stuff and sell commercial art. There's a little bit of a caveat to those. When you're doing personal stuff, a lot of the times, like, it's niche and you might not be what people want. And you have to realize that that can be a thing. That's okay. If you're okay with that, by all means, do that thing. But if you are doing like commercial stuff, you have to remember that you have to appeal to the base that you are trying to get to, basically. Yeah, when you're doing just your personal stuff, there are going to be people that buy it, yes. But it's not always necessarily going to be like it would be if you are trying to get like be commercially viable, if that makes sense. It's kind of like if you are an artist and you like doing pour painting as opposed to somebody that does fan art on Twitter. One of those creators is probably going to sell a lot more merch than the other, just because of popularity, if that makes sense. Blockbuster's last breath was switching over to a Redbox style model with the kiosks. Redbox is still a thing, but I'm surprised it's still standing as digital streaming is the thing now. Yeah, but to be fair, like, they probably don't make a ton of money, but you do have the people that can't afford the streaming services, but still want to have a movie night like once a month, Because, like, fucking Netflix is like, what, $18 a month now? Like, good God. But in the case of Blockbuster, they rented out movies and video games for decades, which were, well, but you have to remember, it worked for a time because there was no digital streaming services. They worked on a physical model, and that worked fine because they didn't, and they still had competitors like, other mom and pop brick and mortar stores that rented out movies and stuff like that. But they had physical discs, they had VHS tapes, they had a physical thing you had to go to the store to rent in order to watch. But you don't have to do that anymore because we now live in a digital age where we have all of these streaming services, and the streaming services can often get the product, like newer movies, newer shows, to people much faster than physical products can. If Blockbuster had switched to a streaming style service like Netflix, it possibly could have stayed. But that's if they tried, I don't remember them doing that, but if they did, it was kind of a case of too little too late, because they had basically already fucked up, and they had competitors that were doing what they could have done faster, or like already established and doing it better. Oh, the business lessons? Yeah, yeah. A lot of stuff, I have been around businesses my entire life because my family has owned multiple actually successful businesses. At the end of the day, they are technically successful. My grandmother owned a stable, like a dude ranch. She owned horses and I helped her get the horses, saddle them up, bridle them, take people out on horseback rides. That was something that I grew up with. Um, like that was my childhood, going to her place in the summer and helping her with the horses, do and riding them and all that kind of stuff. I canceled my Spotify and should have done that sooner. It got so much more expensive, and I haven't had the free version in a while, and the ads are more often than ever. 30 minutes of music, run longer than I remember, and also have invasive embedded and pop-up ads in the app. I will never I have to have Spotify. If there's one subscription that I will not break, it's my Spotify. But I've also had it for so long, and there's so much music on there, and I listen to it like Spotify is my most used app out of everything that I have. So it's more than paid for itself over the years. But I don't have any other streaming. I don't have any streaming services other than Spotify. Uh no, I don't. Normally I would have said, well, no, I guess that's true, because I have to have Adobe for Photoshop, because VTuber models, to get to Live 2D, you have to have a PSD. So I do have a subscription. It's only like $9 though, $10. So I think Spotify, Adobe, and I did have Clip, but I actually managed to get a Humble Bundle thing that gave me a year of Clip for $20, which is a fucking steal. Fucking steal. I justified that over and over and over and kept it, but it was the only thing I could cut. As not a... Oh, see, I have a dire need of... See, music is what keeps me alive. I have to have music. If I don't have music, music is just, it's such a vehicle for me for a lot of inspiration and a lot of outlets and stuff. It is actually technically a must. I would quit streaming before I stopped listening to music. Not just on Spotify, just in general, I mean. Um wouldn't pay $18 for Netflix. My Hulu subscription only cost me $10 a month. I don't even pay for Hulu. Like, I don't watch a lot of shows to justify streaming services. Like, I will binge something once in a great while, but it's usually with other people. Recently made my brother's wife angry because she wants to start her own business, which is cool, but she wants to start a brick and mortar by September with no business plan, minimal market research, etc. I simply said, take it slow and do the work and research. Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. There's a reason some businesses fail, and people have to learn a lesson. If they don't learn the lesson, then that's on them. Especially with a brick. It depends on what kind of store it is. Are they selling a product that has a niche to be filled, or are they trying to sell a product that already has 10 million competitors on the same stretch of highway? If you're doing something new and exciting, you're more likely to get noticed and have people like come and visit and see what you're doing. Like I remember when a class with the glass was a thing in Wenatchee, where I used to live, and it was basically painting classes where you get wine, you just drink and you paint. And there was the one store that popped up in the town and did really good, and then there were so many other places that were like doing the same thing after a little bit because they saw the success. But at that point, there gets to be a point where there's an oversaturation in the market. And yes, it's popular, but you have to realize that, like, when there's a popular thing, there does get to a point where if you try to hop that train, if you hop that train too late, you're not going to go anywhere, because there's already too much of it going on and you're not going to do very well. Plus side clothing boutique. Depending on how many there already are in the town, it might be That might not be a bad idea, especially depending on where you are. So not the worst type of place. Right now, I would say it is because of the economy, and she has to realize that not a lot of people are going to be able to afford boutique cost clothing. So probably not the best timing. Or finding a way to do something common but cheaper. Like, I'd rather pay a small cafe that has slightly cheaper than Starbucks prices, or even has Starbucks prices, because I'd rather go support them and find a unique flavors or more. Yeah. Yeah, honestly, coffee is one of those things that might be the exception, because everybody fucking loves a coffee shop. Especially if you are a coffee shop with a unique theme or branding, or you have something like interesting that sets you aside, it sets you apart from all the other ones, you know, like maybe you're a coffee shop with like a bookstore. I mean, those are a dime a dozen, but like not as much as they used to be, you know, like a used bookstore coffee shop, or if you are a coffee shop where people can go play board games, or a coffee shop where you can go do art things, or, you know, coffee shop and 2 months is yeah, because the business is going to, well, first of all, in order to get a business license, they require a business plan. So you should probably tell her that she has to have one anyway. Most places where you get a business, especially a brick and mortar, they require a business license, and you have to have certifications for the building, and you have to be up to code. You have to have inspections. You have to have insurance. You have to have, God, you have to have so many things. It's ridiculous. Coffee shops, cafes that have a small margin of profit, so it's easy to go under if you're not careful. And yeah, that's the bad thing, is that, typically, unless you already have funding from somewhere, unless you get like a loan or something, it's pretty hard to, like, or not pretty hard, but it can be difficult to stay afloat in the first, what is it, 3 to 5 years. I think it's 3 to 5 years where you're gonna break even. You're gonna probably operate at a loss before you start seeing a profit, and you're not gonna see a big profit for at least 5 to 6 years. People are dying for a space they can inhabit that is cheap or free, like libraries, so to socialize. Yeah. Yep, fire marshal inspections. I'm trying to think, because like we have to do all this shit. So if she needs any freaking details, we've got like 3 businesses here. And you get inspected by the fire marshal yearly. At least here you do. You also have to sometimes have, if you have running water on premises, you have to have inspections every once in a while for, I think, like in the city, I think it's like every 5 to 10 years to make sure that your water quality is okay, or like you're like not okay, but like you have to check the pipes and shit like that. Here we have to get our water checked because we're seasonal and stuff like that. Hi, Lexi! Insurance, you need like liability insurance, you need building insurance, you need like insurance out the fucking ass for that kind of stuff. We're talking business. It's a business stream today. Trying to think of what else you need for like a brick and mortar business. The business license, of course, which is going to cost. The business license does cost a startup fee. You business stream. Yes. We are talking jobs and working and businesses and all that kind of stuff. She's basically depending on the landlord of the building to help, and I'm like relying simply on that is not good. He has a successful business. It's been open for 6 months. It may seem harsh, but you can't really say a business is, yeah, you have to well, but also help. Like, what way is he helping? Is he paying for everything? Because it is wildly expensive to start up a business. Is he going to buy all of her product? Is he going to buy her business license? Is he going to pay for the inspections? Like, how is he helping? Because rent isn't the only thing that rent is like the monthly drafting the business plan. I mean, okay, but unless he has the exact same business, her business plan is going to be different than his. So, like, they're going to have different goals. They're going to have different clientele, you know. Also, business plans can like be multi-page. Like, you can have like, if you actually, I don't know anybody that has had like just a one-page one, but fair. I mean, you know what? Let her do it. She ain't gonna get it in 2 months, and you won't have to worry about it. It's just how it is. Unless the landlord is like, hey, I'll do this one thing, but you have to average. Yeah. I think I helped somebody draft a business plan that was like 5 pages. It wasn't like overly huge or anything like that. Because business plans are going to vary depending on what you're doing, you know. Not every business is like wide and expansive. Business plan sounding like hopes and dreams right now. I mean, actually, business plan is your hopes and dreams. That's literally what it is. Your business plan is basically what your plan for the business. It's what you're planning on doing, what you're currently doing, what your goals are, and what you're doing to meet those goals, and like all of that kind of stuff. So it's literally a business plan is your hopes and dreams. Like, that's not wrong. That's kind of funny that you say that, actually. No, like, technically I should have a business plan, but I don't make enough yet to require a business. Right now, it is still just a hobby because I don't meet that $600 threshold for the year. Hopefully next year that will change, but as of right now, it's not a thing. A firm believer of where there is a will, there is a way, but that involves problem solving and facing the hard. Well, that's the thing. Where there is a will, there is a way, but the will is going to get you to do the things that you need to fucking do to do the thing. You know, is very different than if you're passionate and want it enough, it will work out, which is the argument I am fit. Yeah. Yeah, where there's a will, there is a way implies that you are doing everything within your power to make it happen. Hey, why are you on my bed, pupper? Get off my bed. Just like turn around and like she's fucking on my bed. What the fuck? You have to be flexible and realize that some things just won't work due to factors outside your. Well, at that point, that's why you just adjust. Like, your plans don't have to be concrete. Um and unyielding. You know, actually, as a business owner, you have to be flexible. You have to be able to work with things that are maybe not going to plan, and you have to be able to adjust on a whim. Shit, I forgot it was. Oh, there we go. Rock lobster. Yeah, having a business is hard. Like shit happens and you have to be able to like it takes a certain kind of person to be able to run a business effectively and with a stellar reputation. And unfortunately, I think a lot of people don't have that ability. I tons of crazy and idealistic ideas, but I don't assume that they will work out of the gate. Art design and pretty much the human experience is an iterative process. You've got to be willing to fail to grow. Exactly. Well, but also like you, it also helps to plan ahead of time. Um, it's kind of like outlining a novel. Like outline your novel, but make sure that it's flexible so that whenever you're doing stuff, if you write yourself into a hot plot hole or something, you can always write yourself out. It's kind of the same with business. You got to make sure that like if something is going wrong, you can get yourself out of that hole. Perfect day. I've never. Oh, sure, sure. Rock lobster is perfect, and we should take all cues from rock lobster. This rock lobster guy sounds smart. I don't know. Sounds a little sus to me, but you know, it remains to be seen. How's it the cult of rock lobster? If there is one, how come I ain't never heard of it before? Your advertising sucks. Maybe work on that. We will make it huge because it's like Fight Club. What happens in Rock Lobster Cult stays in Rock Lobster Cult. Sounds a little sus to me. But if we don't talk about it, then how are we going to get people into the cult? You just tell them to follow you. Just follow me. Fine. Just get in the car. No time to explain. Get in the cult van. Just come. I can't tell you where I'm going, but you'll like it. Ignore the intimidating mind control device. It's simply a formality, I promise. Wait, is this why you guys are having me explain business stuff so we can become like Scientology? I can confirm or deny that statement. All right. Pupper, why are you sad? My pupper has a sad, and I don't know why. Pupper, why you have a sad? Quick, what's that over there? What is content creation if not the cult of personality? Ooh, that's very true. Wait, does that mean I basically started a cult? Yes, but technically no. Okay, I don't like any of this. Fuck. What do you mean yes, but technically no? Why not? Or yes, I love you. What do you want? I thought the robes were our uniform. Oh my gosh, I have such a whiny puppy. You sound particularly sad today, Sabana. Not like sad, but like in a pathetic way. Hi, Tanky! Oh, I know, pupper. Oh, God. Come here. What's your problem? What do you want? Why are you always so needy? You even slept on the bed last night and you were supposed to. Sneaking on my bed. Tiki Khan! See, no, apparently Tanky is the real leader. Tanky Khan. The Tanky is like the warmonger leader. Tanky's like join or else. No, now all of Twitch knows I'm here, yes. Not all of Twitch, but just most of Twitch. Slept for a bit after 2 till just a few minutes ago. So good sleep while having some semblance of people hours. Yes, the people hours. We have, unfortunately, we unfortunately have to people hours. What a scam. It looks like she have mustache. Dread of card games that was somehow also an existential crisis. To tutor or not to tutor? I mean, it's the money, right? Don't like how this shape is. I play overdue bills, which combos with my forever alone. Oh no. You triggered my trap card. I used my minimal self-worth to card to summon Devourer of Fulfillment. Oh, stop. Cass, go be fucking productive. Oh. God, why is it so hard sometimes to like wake up and just be productive? Like you wake up and you're just like, I'm just gonna melt into this bed. It's fine. I want to say yes. Well, who was the band? Maybe because I feel like I have the metal version of this song, but I don't know if it's by the same people. Actually, is it on this playlist? Hold on. Um, Dayseeker is the one that I have Dayseeker. And then I have another one that is not this song, but it's called Without Me Too. And then I have this version, but also with Juice World. I'm assuming that you're thinking of the Dayseeker one, which is a good song. Oh my god, Shiny. I can't listen to Shiny without being sad. Will this 2D drawing become a streamer? Well, I mean, mine is. Mine is just 2D. Been activated, I'm here. I just draw in layers and then somebody puts it in an animated program and then there's a lot of technical stuff actually. Because Live 2D will animate it, make it move, and then you take it into VTube Studio and that triggers the stuff. Hold on, I will find it and play it after this one and you can see if it's the same. I think Dayseeker... I don't actually know if Dayseeker is big or not. I really like them. Oh, actually, no, this is a different song. I thought it... Maybe I... Hold on. What was the song? Oh, I think I'm thinking of Nate Wants to Battle. Nate Wants to Battle is the one that I listen to. I love Nate Wants to Battle. Oh, no, it's not. It's 2D. It's this done the exact same way that I'm doing this one. But it moves, so it looks 3D because it's animated. It's a magic. Pupper, why are you throwing a tantrum? Pupper. Clips leaderboard was new and confusing. Oh, yeah. They rolled that out like a month ago. I've had it up since they had it. I like having it on the clips because I'm the leader. Yeah, so they have a clips leaderboard now. Apparently my phone absolutely insists on sharing the weather in Freedom Units. Yeah, that's what I want to hear. Shit, I forgot what I was gonna say. I got too excited over Freedom Units. Oh, yeah, so there's a new feature on Twitch that I didn't talk about because I honestly keep forgetting that it's a thing, even though it's literally right in front of my face. In addition to gifts and bits leaders, there is now a clips leaderboard. So basically, whenever anybody makes a clip, there is a leaderboard that will tell you how many views and basically the top 3 viewed people at the top. So my clip has my clip has the most views on the channel, and then Linky has one, and then Minting Fish has one. I'm like 10 seconds from going, sorry, default program, you lost my chip privileges. Accept your freedom. Hey, Popper. Oh, what was I gonna do? It's Fahrenheit. You know, the best units. No, the temperature makes perfect sense. I don't know what you're talking about. What do you mean it makes no sense? It makes all the sense. Pupper, why do you insist on like giving me a bath right now? Uh, 83 is bullshit. That's what that is. 83 degrees is fucking bullshit. What's it to me? What is it in this room? We're at 78. We're not bad. I will probably end the stream at about 10 or 15 minutes though, because it's gonna start to get actually it's pretty overcast on, well, just the one side though. Shit. Okay, never mind. The bullshit. I just don't know how much bullshit. 83 is 30? No, that sounds wrong. That sounds very wrong. Oh, it's close. 28. It's 28. This is sleep token, yes. So 83 degrees Fahrenheit is 28 degrees Celsius. Yeah, 35 is bullshit. Big number mean big hot, little number mean big cold. I know. I've been here for 2 hours and 30 minutes. I just don't want to get caught in the heat, and it's actually fairly cool right now. Still. Plus, I need to just stop. I need to let a pupper do that outside thing. One is in imperial units and the other is in the metric units. Somebody conceptualizes temp with a concentrated scale. Like, must be a big difference between these two numbers. I would say actually, knowing both systems, I think personally for me, Celsius seems a little bit more accurate because like you don't really notice the temperature differences too much unless there's humidity involved. Between like a couple digits for Fahrenheit. Whereas like with Celsius you do because it's like a larger scale to some extent. Celsius is the temperature system where 0 is where water freezes and 100 is where water boils. Fahrenheit is a temperature system where one dude went, I think 0 is pretty cold and 100 is pretty hot. Yeah, you're not wrong. Oops, shit. No, that's what I'm saying. You're not wrong. That's you're right. Okay, preach. Have a good day. Thanks for hanging out. I know, Pupper. You just a few more minutes. Few more minutes. Stop bullying me. You're a big bully. Oh, thank you, Yumi. I hope you like it so far. We haven't gotten very too far because I'm still trying to work out stuff, but I'm getting the line art. I guess um defined. But it's not right. It's just one dude who said, yeah, this is pretty cold and water freezes at 33. 32. Water freezes at 32, Lexi. How's it going, Yume? I hope you're having a good day. Imperial units are for us, Fahrenheit stuff. Hold on. I need to do a reminder where I need to make the cuts. Right there. Wait. You can't in stream who will I co-work with when I'm off my shift, but I have to because it's gonna get 90 degrees in this room if I don't. That's good to hear. I'm gonna try to stream mornings until I get most of this done. Well, actually, I guess I can just make some temporary undergarments for her while I stream. That should be fine. Do you know how much you cannot get the freezing boiling temps wrong in Celsius? I'm just saying, like, I'm not arguing with you. I'm just saying but that 32 is the number, not 33. It's an arbitrary number, but that's just the number. That's hold on, I'm gonna do some stuff real quick. This is not how this is gonna go, but I know, baby dog, I love you. Sorry, I'm trying to just draw my guidelines for my layers real quick. I know, Pupper, I love you. Oops, that's my poor temperamental pupper dog. She's dying. Oh, I know, Pupper. I know, Pupper. I know, Pupper. It's a magic, Chris. It's a magic. No, Pupper wants outside. I know, Pupper. Let's see, where am I at? 2:48. 10 minutes. 10 minutes, and I'm gonna end the stream. Oops. Because she's so sad. Yes, I think that is accurate. Okay. Hubbard, I know. You're so sad. Actually, you know what? I think I kind of want the ponytails too. Wait. Close enough. Okay. Actually, I'm gonna end the stream, I think, here. Because now I'm ready to start on the body. So this model ugh, went to cough and that didn't work well. This model is going to get a full body base, then an outfit, I think an alternate hairstyle, and like a prop or a pet. So doing the base body though is probably like the easiest. Oh, so I had a giveaway on Twitter, and I'll show you here's her I'll see if I can find here's the reference that I got. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Stop. She's got her model's like super cute. Also, all the purple. So this is the reference sheet that I got, and then me this fucking song. No. Pause it for a second. And here is the sketch that I came up with for it, and she approved it, so we're gonna go ahead and do it. She's got like a purple dress. I wanted her to have like a dark sash going across here to kind of break up the purple. And underneath her main dress is like a purple to kind of pinky sunset petticoat. Lots of gold jewelry, and then she's got like these cute little pigtails. Oh yeah. Sorry. Hold on. I know. Well, anyway, so on the references she gave, you have like this really pretty gown with lots of jewelry and like a veil, all of these really flowy pretty pieces. I got the colors over here, and you can see on the, let me make it bigger so you can see the hair. She wanted like the little pigtails, and it's going to be like a really dark purple with like some like really dark pieces, like black probably. And then she's got like a little golden halo, and then the face she wanted basically like a Bishoujo style like not like a more mature kind of look to it. And then here's the sketch that I came up with. So there's like gold pieces. This is supposed to be like the dark part of the sash, but I merged before I colored it. But so she's got like a dark sash under here, and then it'll come there, and then she's got this veil. I figured would be like something connected to this top part here, and then I'm thinking there will be like lots of jewels and gems in addition to like gold chains and little pieces of jewelry, maybe like embroidery or something like that. I'll probably like clean up some of the concepts as I'm making the model. So and she's on Twitter. She was just in Yume was just in Yumi Payon, and so she won the thing, and I was so happy because I was like, oh, purple, I get to play with so much purple. I'm super excited. So I should actually probably have this done. Hopefully, if I can keep going on this schedule, I can have it done in like a month, maybe less. Because I got pretty far. This sketch only took me like 2-ish hours. It was a pretty quick sketch, so. I mean, it's really, really loose though, so. Okay, anyway, it's getting really fucking hot in here suddenly because the sun came out, so I'm gonna end the stream because I'm dying. Okay. I know, Pupper, you have to calm down. Pupper, you have to calm down. I'm almost there. My dog is dying. I'm not done. I try not to die. I won't die. My Pupper, on the other hand. Ooh, let's see who's on. I have so many people on right now. I'm so excited. Okay, let's go. We might go raid Egg. We're gonna go raid my voice twin. I was looking to see if Clover was on, but Clover's not on. Sad. All right, we're gonna go raid somebody that does writing because they sound like me and it's my favorite because I've never found somebody that sounds like me. So we're gonna go raid the Egg and I, who is a writer, and they are my voice doppelganger. Clonetica, yes. So we start the raid. I'm gonna try to be back tomorrow morning, depending on if I can sleep tonight. We'll be probably still working on art. I have some other stuff I have to do too. I have so many projects right now. Anyway, so did the raid thing do the thing? Ugh. Hold on, I can't see. Where is all of my shit? Oh, there it is. Okay. So back tomorrow, 9-ish. And I hope you all have a very good day. I love you all. We go raid.